This is Global Ummah Unity, faith, history, and truth in one voice. Islamic art explained, meaning behind the patterns. Designed to go viral by blending emotional depth, spiritual insight, and global appeal. Scene: focused shot on the dome of the Sheikh Lutfullah Mosque in Isfahan, zooming into the intricate pattern work. Narrator: reflective, passionate tone. Let's take a moment and really look. What do you see? Circles, stars, symmetry, yes, but look deeper. You're not just looking at shapes. You're looking at a map of meaning, a visual reminder that the universe is not random. It's designed, intentional, divine. And that's the essence of Islamic art. It doesn't just decorate, it teaches, it invites, it elevates the soul without needing a single word. Part 7. The symbolism of infinity. Geometric patterns in Islamic art are often infinite, without beginning or end. This isn't a coincidence. In Islam, God has no beginning and no end, so the art reflects that. When you enter a mosque and see patterns stretching endlessly across the ceiling, that is not just decoration. That is a visual meditation on the nature of Allah, boundless, eternal, perfect. The repeating units? That's us, creation. All different, yet all part of a greater unity. Part 8. Light as a divine symbol. Now let's talk about light. In Islamic philosophy, light represents knowledge and divine presence. That's why so many mosques, from the Nasir al-Mulk in Shiraz to the Sulaymaniya in Istanbul, are designed to catch light at just the right angle. When light hits colored tiles and bounces across the walls, it's not just beautiful, it's spiritual architecture. It reminds the believer of the verse, Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. Surah An-Nur 24:35. Islamic artists harnessed light the way others used paint, as a symbol of revelation, hope, and awakening. Part 9. Calligraphy beyond art. You may have noticed that in Islamic architecture, there are no saints painted on the walls, no statues of prophets, but there is always the word. Arabic calligraphy isn't just art, it's the soul of Islamic art. Writing the names of Allah or verses from the Quran was an act of worship itself. But here's what's fascinating. Calligraphy in Islamic art isn't just written, it's woven, carved, painted, molded. It appears on wood, metal, marble, paper, even glass. It's not just read, it's experienced through form, balance, flow, and rhythm. Part 10. The role of silence. In Islamic art, what's left out is just as important as what's shown. There is a deep respect for space, negative space, silence, simplicity. This mirrors the Islamic spiritual practice of tawakkul, trust, surrender, letting go. A blank wall beside a patterned one, a quiet courtyard at the heart of a grand mosque. These aren't gaps. They are invitations to pause, to reflect, to connect. Sometimes the most profound expression is silence. Part 11. Global influence. And Islamic art didn't stay confined to the Muslim world. Did you know? Gothic architects in Europe were inspired by Islamic muqarnas, honeycomb vaulting. The Renaissance was partly fueled by knowledge preserved and passed on by Muslim artists and scholars. Even today, designers at NASA, Apple, and Google study Islamic patterns for their structural brilliance. Islamic art isn't just ancient, it's timeless. It influenced the past, and it's shaping the future. Part 12. Modern Islamic artists keeping the spirit alive. Across the world, a new generation is bringing this tradition forward. In London, artists use Arabic calligraphy in street murals. In Indonesia, hijabi designers create fabrics inspired by mosque ceilings. In New York and Cairo, digital artists reimagine Islamic geometry using AI and coding. And through all this innovation, one thing stays the same: a love for beauty, a love for meaning, a love for the divine expressed through art. Closing reflection: why it still matters. So the next time you see Islamic art, stop and look again. What you're seeing is more than history. It's more than culture. It's more than religion. You're seeing a visual language of surrender, of unity, of the infinite. You're seeing the unseen made visible. A pattern that leads to presence. A curve that invites contemplation.
The soul of Islamic art, a visual journey. Islamic art captivates, awakening our senses. It's a blend of beauty, philosophy, and spirituality. Let's explore its essence, starting with Tawheed, unity. Tawheed embodies the concept of oneness. Every design reflects diverse beauty and divine harmony. Differences exist, yet they come from one source. Next, we discover Ihsan, beauty as worship. Artists pursued excellence, crafting for God, not humans. Every detail was a silent act of devotion. Now, let's focus on the space within the art. Islamic art emphasizes what isn't shown, the silent spaces. These voids encourage reflection and spiritual connection. Islamic geometry leads us to contemplation. A single point expands into intricate patterns. Shapes build layers, reflecting divine order and rhythm. Next, let's look up at muqarnas in mosques. These structures play with light and movement. As they shift, they symbolize divine transformation. Light, too, is revered in Islamic art. It signifies knowledge and divine presence. Mosques channel light, creating sacred experiences. Women have played crucial yet often hidden roles. They crafted, taught, and shaped sacred spaces. Their contributions endured throughout history. In times of oppression, art became resistance. Patterns preserved identity when words could not. Today, artists blend tradition with modern expression. They remix styles, infusing new meanings into old forms. But the message remains unchanged: order and beauty. Islamic art speaks to the human soul. It embodies the quest for harmony in chaos. Next time you admire a pattern, remember, you witness remembrance and visual prayer. Embrace the spiritual journey art offers. Explore, discover, and revel in the unity it reflects. Let this art inspire your own reflection. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding.
Thanks so much for watching this video on Global Ummah Unity. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep uncovering the untold stories of the Islamic world. Together, see you in the next one, inshallah.